Okay, so this would be the background section, and in here I'll break down stuff like calories, fats, carbs, proteins and stuff like that, and just hopefully give you a brief overview of what they are and why we eat them, what's the point of them. This section isn't necessary, but if you just want to get like the overall knowledge and gist of of what these things are, then feel free to watch this section of the course. Calories. So what is a calorie? So in simple terms, a calorie is a measurement. So like an inch, a centimeter. A calorie is just a measure of how much energy that piece of food, that piece of fruit can give you. Carbohydrates. So carbohydrates, they often have a lot of negative reviews in the media and stuff like that, but they are necessary and they are part of a balanced diet. They're involved in just giving you energy, so for like your central nervous system, for your muscles, etc, etc. And you can get carbohydrates from loads of different sources, like fruits for example, and also vegetables and the obvious stuff like bread, pasta, stuff like that. So now that we have an idea of carbs, the main reason that we should reduce them or just to not consume too much of them is, especially if you're living quite a sedentary life, if you aren't moving too much, they can like fats and proteins as well, they can turn into fats. So the recommended daily intake of carbs is between 45% to 65% of your daily calorie intake. There are three main types of macronutrients. There's carbohydrates, there's proteins, and there's fats. So carbs is one of these macronutrients. There are three primary ways that we take in carbohydrates, and this is from starches, sugars, and fibers. But as well as these, carbs can also be found in stuff like milk products, vegetables, and fruit. So carbs are a very important part of a balanced diet, but of course, if you eat carbs in excess, that can lead to weight gain. So now moving on to proteins. So proteins are also an important part of a balanced diet. So proteins are made from the chemical building blocks called amino acids. Your body uses these amino acids to build and to repair muscles, and as well as this, they can also be used as an energy source. And to find the amount of protein that is required, a good rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Okay, now moving on to the third macronutrient, fats. So why do we need fats? Fats also are part of a balanced diet. Fats are a source of essential fatty acids which the body cannot make by itself. Vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E, we need fats to absorb them because fats are lipid soluble. Basically, we need fats to be able to absorb these vitamins. So again, fats are also part of a balanced diet, and we shouldn't just eliminate fats completely from our diet. In the later sections, I will move on to how much of our calories should come from fat, carbs, proteins, etc. The problem normally arises when you're consuming too much carbs, too much proteins, or too much fats. Now, again, any excess calories is turned into fats. So basically, any calories that you eat, if you aren't burning the energy to use those calories, then that's when they get turned into fats, and then that's how you can gain weight little by little as time goes on. Now, fats are very high in energy. Like a gram of fat is around 9 calories or 37 kilojoules, and just basically for reference, each gram of carbohydrates or proteins is approximately 4 calories or 17 kilojoules. So each gram of fat is basically double the energy of a gram of carbohydrates or a gram of protein. So again, there is a place for fats in a balanced diet. There are two types of fat mainly. There's saturated fat and there's unsaturated fat. And saturated fat can be found in stuff like creams, cakes, cheeses, those very tasty food. And unsaturated fats can be found in things like some fish oil, like in almonds and in avocados, for example. And again, those fats, they do offer some benefits as well, and it's good to also have those as part of a balanced diet. So again, this was just a very brief run through. I could have gone deeper into each one of these topics, but again, that goes beyond the scope of this video. This is just mainly to just give you a brief overview of these different types of macronutrients, and as well as this, there are also micronutrients. Micronutrients include stuff like vitamins and minerals. So vitamins, they play a role in helping your immune system, helping blood clotting, helping in the production of energy. Meanwhile, minerals, they play a role in stuff like bone growth and stuff like fluid balance. So basically, micronutrients, they just help your body. Again, I could go deeper into the different types of micronutrients, the different types of vitamins and minerals, but again, that goes beyond the scope of this course and this video. So hopefully, if you guys want to do some extra research, or if you'd like me to make a separate course where I dive deeper into these topics, then please let me know, because we can now move into the other sections where you'll get the most high yield information to help you start losing weight today. So how does weight loss work? Essentially, weight loss is basically where your body is burning more calories than you're eating. So that's it in very simple terms. That's how your body loses weight. okay? Now, there's loads of different diets out there. There's the keto diets, there's stuff like you'll hear terms like intermittent fasting and, you know, things like that, but they all rely on the basis of you eating less calories than you're burning. So that's how over time your body will lose weight. And now a good way to calculate how your body, like how much calories your body burns normally, so your maintenance calories, is by going onto caloriecalculator.net. You fill in your details and that will give you a rough value for how much calories your body burns. And while you're on that website, you can, you know, fill in how active you are, be as real as possible. So when you're on that website, there's different levels of, if you're working out once a week, twice a week, the more information that you can put in, then the better estimate of your maintenance calories the website will give you. Okay, so once you have that, start by reducing it by a few calories. So let's say 300 calories to 500 calories, and then just try to eat that calorie limit every day, and you will lose weight as time goes on. A good app to use is called MyFitnessPal. So basically you log onto this app and you can fill in your details and stuff like that, and MyFitnessPal, they will give you a rough value of your maintenance calories as well, but I do recommend using caloriecalculator.net. This is a good way of tracking your calories. Now, not every food will be on here. Just try and have at least 80% of your diet be tracked, be clean, be high protein, be, you know, hopefully low fat and moderate carbs. And, you know, when you're on this app, it will look something like this. This is basically just an example of what I've done today. So far we see my calories here of what I've had. I've had a protein shake and I've also had some mini pears, just one pear. You know, I like to have it as a nice snack for breakfast. If we go over here, that's my goal at the top over there, so 2400 calories. Now I could make a separate course on this. We don't really need to go that deep into this. We just need to log on, use the free version, go to more. Then once you go to more, you go to goals. So let me click on goals over here. Okay, once you're on goals, then you can go to nutrients goals. That'll be somewhere around here, and then once you're at this page, then you put in the new calorie limit that the caloriecalculator.net gave you, and then the ratios for your macronutrients over here. So your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. A good ratio that I like to use is over here actually is 40% for carbohydrates, 35% for protein, and 25% for fat. That's a nice ratio to use once you've put in the calories that caloriecalculator.net has given you. And again, assuming that you're being fairly accurate with your tracking and you're eating those calories that's been given to you, of course, once you minus, let's say, 300 calories to 500 calories from that maintenance calories, you will lose weight as time goes on. Okay, now that we have that overall gist of calories, about weight loss, about how it works, and let's go into some other aspects to help you lose weight. So first of all is needs. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is basically just how much calories your body burns just, you know, doing day-to-day tasks, breathing, moving, walking, and stuff like that. And you can increase this level. Now, one of these ways to, you know, increase your needs is by building muscle. So now, you know, during my whole process of losing weight and building muscle, one of the things that I tried to do again was eating at least a gram of protein per pound of body weight while still being, and a calorie deficit is just literally what you get once you have your maintenance calories and you subtract 300 to 500 calories. Now you're in a calorie deficit. Okay, so that's what that means. You're eating less calories than your body is burning, so you're losing weight. Okay, while you're doing that, eating at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight while doing some form of strength training or resistance training, which is basically just, you know, lifting weights. As time goes on, you will start to build muscle and lose fat. And me personally, I feel like that's the best method for overall long-term health, long-term maintenance of a stable weight, because having more muscle essentially means that your body burns more weight at rest. So as you're building muscle, as time goes on, as you're losing weight, now once you eventually reach your ideal physique, your ideal goal, your needs will be naturally higher because having more muscle, it just takes more calories to burn at rest. So even if you're not running or sprinting or exercising, you're just naturally burning more fat, you know, more calories at rest. Now on this section of building muscle and like working out, it doesn't need to be anything special or anything that is, you know, different or new. For example, example, like working out, it's very easy to go on Instagram, on YouTube, on the internet, and to get wrapped up in the thousands of workouts. But the main thing is your muscles don't know what workouts you're doing. So again, this can be as simple as, let's say like you want to go to the gym and just train arms. Just grab some dumbbells that you can lift and then increase the weights slightly for that extra bit of resistance. Let's say do 3 sets of 10 for some bicep curls. Find a rope, for example, and then do some tricep pull downs. Again, just Google this. It's basically a tricep rope and you have it on the cable machine. Find a moderately high weight. So again, the weights, it should be liftable, and then increase it slightly for that extra bit of resistance, especially in these early stages. Again, do 3 sets of 10 of that. Again, it doesn't need to be some complex workout schedule or stuff like that. Most of the workouts that I found when I first started this process was by going onto Instagram and then finding an influencer or multiple different influencers that I wanted to emulate. I wanted their physique, and then just doing their workouts. And as time goes on, you realize that all the workouts are basically the same. All that's changed is the order they do it in, the length of each workout. There's different durations, there's different styles, there's different weights they used, but it's all under the same concept of making sure that you are stimulating those muscles. Because the way muscle growth works is, as you're lifting weight that has some bit of resistance, as time goes on, you're causing micro tears in your muscles. Now again, this isn't something like scary. With these micro tears, basically what that's doing is breaking down your muscles so they can be rebuilt stronger. And this is where making sure that you're having adequate protein comes in, because assuming like you're having at least that 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. As you're working out, your muscles is being broken down and then it's being repaired with this protein, and that's making it stronger and making it grow. This is why it's also vital, because as you're losing weight, as you're having low calories, it can be hard to build muscle, and most people just often opt to just lose weight first and then get to the desired weight and then start to build muscle after bulking a bit. And bulking is just eating more calories than your body can burn. So when you're bulking, you're eating more calories that is above your maintenance calories, and when you're on a calorie deficit, it's just less calories that's below your maintenance calories. Okay, your maintenance calories again is just the calories that your body just needs to function, to survive. If you're eating at your maintenance calories, like, you normally won't lose or gain weight. Of course, there's other factors that can come into play, like stress, like sleep, just different things like that. So again, there's different ways to work out, and I could make a separate course on like different types of workouts that I use that I found helpful, but that would again go beyond the scope of this course. This is just a very somewhat quick course to get started with losing weight, and to just hopefully make you realize that it's really not as complicated or as hard as it needs to be. I really just want to just give some overall knowledge and to dispel as much myths when it comes to losing weight, and to answer as many questions as I can within a reasonable time frame.